Second autumn of the League of Men, the 31 clans began a storied quest. In the east, the men of the Eagle's Lair don their armor as a force from the great southern bay comes up the coast.
The journey. 12 teams. One goal. Only one survives.
Right here! Right now! Hard no football, baby!
Who's going to play the best football?
3 hours of chasing the quarterback around.
Who's going to make the plays when the game's on the line?
Touchdown!
How could you not love this?
Everyone has fresh in their mind not only a loss,
I still got a whole lot more ammo.
but an embarrassing loss.
It ain't no tomorrow!
They're going to want to get their revenge, and they're going to come after us.
Go beat these suckers up. Let's go. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And we're going to be ready to go.
You got an invite to the dance. Once you get there, you either dance all night or you go home, man. You got to dance with you, though.
If you want it,
The big game! You got knock all balls out. Dude, right now!
go get it.
We're waiting a long time for this, and now we're right where we want to be.
Give me a shot at that ring, because that's the only thing that matters.
If good fortune doth befriend thee, and ill fate doth not befall, thou wilt find a prize awaits thee, one ring to rule them all.
All right, get up! Are you ready? Hit it! Come on and hit it! Come on and get ready! Are you ready for the football? A wild card party! Yeah, baby! Now the postseason rumble has officially started! Only one will survive this do-or-die fight. The NFL playoffs coming on. That's right.
From the vet in Philadelphia, it's NFL Wildcard Saturday with a sellout crowd ready to see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Patrick. It's great to have you with us. When these teams played last week, it meant absolutely nothing. Today, it means everything. For the winner, the dream is still alive. For the loser, just a bitter taste in the end of the season. We will see two of the most accomplished quarterbacks in the NFL today, and Joe, they certainly get it done differently.
They really do, Mike. Donovan McNabb is a running quarterback. As a matter of fact, for him to be effective, he's going to have to run early in this football game. It comforts him down a little bit, sets his passing game up. For Brad Johnson, he's going to need Mike Allstott's legs. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers love to run play action. It's the best protection. And Paul, when you've got these two defenses, protection is something you need to think about.
Well, this game is all about defense, this game today. And Hugh Douglas, defensive end from Philadelphia, told me, he said, Paul, we're going to hit Brad Johnson right in the mouth. And we're going to be able to, because we got 30 blitzes in for this ball game. On the other hand, for Tampa Bay, Warren Sapp said, it's very simple, boys. He said, the one thing that we have to do is keep Donovan McNabb in the pocket. And the easiest way to do that is to tackle him before he gets out of the pocket.
All right, thanks, Paul. When we come back, Susie Calder with Bucs head coach Tony Dungy in what is a critical game for him and his team. The opening game of the NFL playoffs between the Bucs and the Eagles. Susie Calder will work the sideline for us. Right now, she's with Tony Dungy.
And Mike, teams are accustomed to do or die in the playoffs, but rarely is the coach's job on the line. Your players called this insulting. How has it brought you guys together?
Well, we're really concerned about one thing, and that's beating Philadelphia and moving on in the playoffs, and that's what we're here to do.
The other frustrating question is the weather. It seems like you're in the safety zone, but then you're also 0-5 in playoff games on the road. How do you overcome those mental hurdles?
Well, the big thing is playing on the road. You can hear the noise. They got a great atmosphere here. We got to come out early and see if we can take this crowd out of the game.
And now for a little fun. Two great defenses. You're a defensive guy. How much fun, even yours, breaking down theirs?
Oh, I think it's a lot of fun. They've got a tremendous defense. They keep people out of the end zone, and our challenge is going to be to match that today.
Best of luck.
Thanks, Susie.
Mike?
All right, Susie, both teams believe in themselves and their chances. We'll find out which one is right after this.
ABC Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
We're at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. First game of the playoffs. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Philadelphia Eagles. The Bucs are 0-20 when the temperature is 40 degrees or colder at game time. Good news for Tampa Bay. It is a balmy 46 in Philadelphia. Just moments ago, Warren Sapp having a little fun with the Eagles fans. Take a look at this.
You notice he's not getting real close, don't you?
He's a gunfighter. He's just looking at sundown.
Nobody else like him.
Well, I'll tell you, I love the guy. You know, he's just nice to be around.
You know what? He's so great for the game. He loves the game. He has a purpose in it. He has a singular purpose to be the best that he can be, and he's not afraid to speak his mind.
Andy Reid, who has his team ahead of schedule. Hugh Douglas waiting for an opportunity. The Eagles will get the football. Keyshawn Johnson after that great regular season. All-Pro John Lynch. The Bucs are loaded with him. Brian Mitchell deep with Damian Douglas as the Eagles will get the ball. Mitchell with 12 kick returns in his career for touchdowns, 4th in the league this year in kickoff returns. Gramatica to kick. We are underway in Philadelphia. Mitchell from the 8 to the 36. Let's take a look at the Eagles' offensive lineup.
Donovan McNabb, Syracuse University.
Deuce Staley, University of South Carolina.
CECIL Martin, University of Wisconsin.
James Thrash, Missouri Southern.
Todd Pinkston, University of Southern Mississippi.
Chad Lewis, BYU. Trey Thomas, Florida State.
John Welborn, Cal.
Hank Fraley, Robert Morris College.
Jermaine Mayberry, Texas A&M Kingsville.
John Runyan, University of Michigan.
The Eagles will open with 3 wide receivers and Deuce Staley is the setback. McNabb under pressure. Got away. And throws on the run incomplete. They nearly had the sack of McNabb. Anthony McFarland holding on for dear life, but he couldn't hold it.
You know, we talked about this defensive line coming after him and how to get McNabb is tackle him in the backfield. That's Anthony McFarland on the ground. He had to let go. That just showed you the strength of Donovan McNabb.
But watch his eyes. Look at Donovan McNabb. He never takes his eyes off downfield. He's continuing to look for a receiver.
2nd and 10 from the Eagles from their own 35. Deuce Staley to the 37. Here are the Buccaneers defensive starters.
Steve White, University of Tennessee.
Anthony McFarland, LSU.
Warren Sapp, University of Miami Hurricane.
Simeon Rice, University of Illinois.
Sheldon Quarles, Vanderbilt University.
Jamie Duncan, Vanderbilt University.
Derek Brooks, Florida State University.
Brian Kelly, University of Southern California.
RONDE Barber, University of Virginia.
John Lynch, Stanford University.
Dexter Johnson, Florida State University.
The Eagles were the 3rd and 9, and Donovan McNabb has to use a timeout. We're just underway at the Vet in Philadelphia. No score, the Bucs and the Eagles. Saturday is brought to you by Beechwood Aged Budweiser with a crisp, clean, and refreshing taste known only to the king of beers. H&R Block, just plain smart. Siebel, good service is good business. And Dodge, you can take life as it comes or you can grab life by the horn. Dodge. Beautiful city of Philadelphia. And the Eagles with a 3rd and 9 on their opening possession. McNabb throws, and it's picked off by Dexter Jackson. Dexter Jackson on the misfire from McNabb.
Now there's a case where Donovan McNabb just sets in the pocket into the zone and just really misfires. Doesn't throw a lot of interceptions. He sets up fine. Protection is good. Little hesitation. Looks like Chad Lewis tries to make the move outside, but he fell down. Last week, 2 weeks ago against the Giants, James Thrash had problems with the footing on this field. It will get icy as the night goes on.
First break of the ball game goes to Tampa Bay. Warwick Dunn lowers his shoulder and picks up a couple. The Bucs have always been great at turning the ball over against the other team. They were second in the league this year in interceptions. They start this game just the same way.
Well, that's what Tony Dungy said to Susie. We got to try to get this crowd out of this game early, and that's the best way you can do it.
Johnson swings it to Dunn. And Warwick Dunn to the 32. Here's the Bucs starting offense.
Brad Johnson, Florida State University.
Warwick Dunn, Florida State.
Mike Allstott, Purdue.
Keyshawn Johnson, the real USC.
JACQUEZ Green, University of Florida.
Dave Moore, the University of Pittsburgh.
KENYATTA Walker, University of Florida. Randall McDaniel, Arizona State.
Jeff Christie, Pitt.
Cozy Coleman, University of Tennessee.
Jerry Wunsch, University of Wisconsin.
The Bucs facing their first third down of the game in Eagle territory. Four-man rush. Johnson to Dave Moore, the tight end, first down, and Moore out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
I tell you what, Keyshawn Johnson draws a crowd. Keyshawn Johnson goes in, does a little hookup, and what that does is it allows the tight end Dave Moore to get to the outside. Look at Keyshawn. Now watch him. He'll come in and he'll sit right there and move the outside. There's two guys on him. And when that happens, look at Moore coming out to the outside. The tight end, he's by himself.
They weren't sure Dave Moore would be ready to play. There was a question right up until game time.
Allstott now in the backfield with Jameel Cook as a blocker. The 250-pound fullback.
Hey, come on!
Take a look at the Eagles' defense.
Brandon Whiting, University of California.
Corey Simon, Florida State University.
Paul Grassmanis, University of Notre Dame.
Hugh Douglas, Central State University.
Mike Caldwell, Middle Tennessee State University.
Jeremiah Trotter, Stephen F. Austin State University.
Carlos Emmons, Arkansas State University.
Troy Vincent, University of Wisconsin.
Bobby Taylor, University of Notre Dame. Damon Moore, Ohio State University. Ryan Dawkins, Princeton University.
Two tight ends set. Allstott tripped as he got to the line of scrimmage and fell forward. Allstott rushed for 680 yards this year, had his best games down the stretch. And if he's not tripped up at the line of scrimmage, he gets ahead of steam. That's the one thing that secondary does not want to see.
And that's the one thing that the defensive line of the Philadelphia Eagles wants to do. They want to play on the other side of the line of scrimmage. As long as they can get into penetration and force Mike Allstott to change direction, they'll have a chance at being able to contain him.
They're missing one of their best run stoppers. Hollis Thomas injured a couple of weeks ago. Dunn is in on third down. They'll spread the field. And Johnson throws wide of Warwick Dunn. Excellent defense by Jeremiah Trotter, the middle linebacker. He was out on the safety valve.
I'll tell you what happened is the linebackers that were blitzing, these guys had the screen down. They knew the screen was coming, and Brad Johnson didn't have a chance to throw it.
Martin Gramatica, who had missed a couple of games suffering from a hamstring, will come on to try a 36-yard field goal.
Perfect from this distance so far this year, 9 out of 9 during the regular season.
Pro Bowler a season ago. And Gramatica right down the middle. So the Bucs take advantage of the early interception with a 36-yard field goal. They lead it 3-0. Jackson, who had 4 interceptions during the regular season, sets up a 21-yard scoring drive, paid off with a Gramatica field goal. 3-0 Buccaneers.
Well, a year ago, the score here was 3-0 Buccaneers, and they lost 21-3.
Ooh, here you go with that omen stuff.
A lot of stuff repeats in this series, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Mitchell and Douglas again deep.